Hi everyone, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Now, as you probably realised from previous videos, I'm a big fan of the 1970s, a classic era of music for me. It's the era I grew up in. I was a child during the 70s, a teenager in the late 70s, and so I love that particular decade, but I think it is the greatest decade for music. It eclipses the 60s and definitely better than the 80s. And so what I thought I'd do today is share and kind of nominally rank my favourite debut 45s from the 1970s. Now, there's a couple I don't have, so I can't include Solitary Confinement by the Members, which this is a B-side, which I definitely would include if I had that, as I would two tracks from this particular compilation. So New Rose by the Dam, which sadly I sold in late 70s, I don't know why, and Personality Crisis by the New York Dolls, both of which are great debut 45s and would be in my top 50. So what is in my top 50? Well, at number 50, Video Killed the Radio Star by the Buggles, their most famous and I think their best song. I think this is the best song by Kate Bush, personally. Wuthering Heights, her debut from 78. And I think this is the greatest song from Roxy Music. Virginia Plain from 72, from their debut album. Fantastic stuff. Was that a non-album track? I can't remember, but that's their debut single. Not their greatest song, this one, but a brilliant debut single. The B-52s and Rock Lobster, but I think the B-side 52 Girls is actually a better song, but it's a great debut, as is this Chucky's in Love by Ricky Lee Jones from 79, the lead-off track I think from her debut album. Brilliant stuff, love that track. And I love this one as well, Take It Easy by the Eagles, a nice country feel to it, real good sing-along song. As is Mungo Jerry in the Summertime, classic, sold thousands, millions. This single did so well for them. Brilliant song, has that immortal line, have a drink, have a drive, maybe not. And then the debut single from the Buzzcocks, Orgasm Addict, classic stuff from them. And the debut single from Kirsty MacColl, picture disc version of They Don't Know, brilliant song. Into the top 40, post-punk classic, Magazine, Shot by Both Sides. Pub rock classic, is it pub rock? Probably. How Long by Ace with Paul Carrack on vocals from the album Five-A-Side. Wonderful song. I really like the 70s version of this band. I think they were a classic hard rock band during that time, produced some brilliant albums. This is from their debut album, and it's a debut single from Aerosmith and Dream On, which I think is a classic song. At number 37, the classic Hong Kong Garden by Susie and the Banshees, a non-album track. It should have been on the Scream. I think it would have enhanced the album even further, but a great track from them. This next song I think is their best song, Dire Straits, Sultans of Swing. I don't think they ever bettered that. I think it's an absolutely brilliant song. I still enjoy listening to that track. Public Image by Public Image Limited, the band that John Lydon formed, obviously post Pistols, and then the debut single from Stiff Little Fingers, Belfast band, Suspect Device. You can smell the cordite and the angst of the troubles in Northern Ireland on that single. Wonderful stuff. At 33, Dance Stance by Dexys. It was re-recorded for their debut album called Burn It Down, which is absolutely brilliant, but Dance Stance is a great debut. This is glam, new wave of British heavy metal hard rock band Girl, featuring a very young Phil Collins. This is their debut single. And My Number, such simple guitar work on it, but so effective. I love it. Oh Bondage Up Yours, a non-album track, but the debut single from X-Ray Specs on Virgin Records from 77. And for me, this is probably my favourite Peter Gabriel song, Salisbury Hill, again from 1977. Great stuff. Debut single from Ian Dury, Sex and Drugs and Rock and Roll with Razzle in My Pocket on the B-side. Great stuff. 28, Roxette by Dr. Feelgood. Such an influential band. Roxette is a great song, brilliant guitar sound and a very distinctive guitar kind of work that Wilco Johnson had, but Roxette is a great track. At number 27, Get Your Rocks Off, Def Leppard from the Def Leppard EP. I actually think the B-side, The Overture, is better, but that's at number 27. At number 26, I don't have many picture discs. I've got about 4 or 5. I've shown one already. This is Toto, Hold the Line. This is their debut single from their debut album. Now, the Toto were a band which went on to record numerous albums and did quite famous songs like Africa, Rosanna and so on. But as a band, they were a session band that played on numerous albums in the late 70s, early 80s. If there's a guitar solo on any kind of song, during the kind of early 80s on a solo record. Probably Steve Lukather from Toto played it, but great band. Steve Porcaro, was he the drummer? Oh, amazing. I think he was the drummer. Now, at number 25, I think this is their debut. It's either that or Running with the Devil, but I think this is their debut. You Really Got Me by Van Halen, a really, really good cover of the Kinks classic. In fact, the Davis brothers said this was the best version, which is high praise indeed. A non-album track from 1971 is at number 24, Horse with No Name by America, which I just think is just a brilliant, brilliant single. That's at number 24. At 23, My Sharona by the Knack. Great guitar solo in this. It's the lead-off track, I think, from their debut album. Their most famous song, I think their best song. White Riot by The Clash. Not their best song, I don't think. Complete Control possibly gets that, although this is right up there with it. This is from 77, their debut, backed with non-album track 1977. At 21, great song. Joe Jackson, Is She Really Going Out With Him? Fantastic single from 1978, I think that is, or 79. On CBS Records, the lead singer from Mott the Hoople went solo and brought out Once Bitten, Twice Shy. This is Ian Hunter from, what was this, 1975? 75. Brilliant single from him. At number 19, The Saints and their debut, I'm Stranded, the title of their first album. At number 18, Teenage Kicks by The Undertones on Good Vibration Records. Brilliant stuff. At number 17, Can't Get Enough, Bad Company, from their debut, which I think is an absolutely brilliant hard rock album. Then the first single from a particular band, but the first single on a particular label. The label is Two Tone, and this is Special AKA, that went on to be the Specials, and Gangsters. Wonderful stuff. And I love the company sleeve from Two Tone, the picture based on Peter Tosh. Great stuff. At number 15, this is, I just think this is a brilliant bit of blue-eyed soul. She's Gone by Hall & Oates. I really like, for me they're a singles band. They're not an album band. I have got a couple of albums by them, but their greatest hits is packed full of just brilliant, brilliant pop songs, and that's a great example. At number 14, the debut single from The Motors. I've shown this numerous times. Dancing the Night Away, absolute classic. The album version is better. At number 13, I think this is a reissue from 79, the same year it came out, but this is Orchestral Manoeuvres in the Dark, Electricity, brilliant stuff. At number 12, Leeds band, hugely influential, not massively successful sadly, but this is just brilliant. Punky yet danceable, Damaged Goods, Gang of Four, wonderful. At number 11, brilliant song from The Cars, Just What I Needed. Absolutely love that. Always loved it, always will. Great stuff from The Cars. We're in the top 10. What's in the top 10? What haven't I had so far? Well, of course, you've got to have the debut single from The Jam. Saw it on Top of the Pops, bought it the next day, still got the copy. Love it. It's a fantastic song. The title track from their debut album. At number 10, just edging that, because it's just got a brilliant combination of songs, if nothing else, is Grip by The Stranglers, back with London Lady. Fantastic stuff. That's at number 9. At number 8, a little bit different to the other stuff here. I just love this song. John Peel played this song to death. It's on Lightning Records. Came out in 77. Brilliant stuff. Althea and Donna, Uptown Top Ranking. What a wonderful tune that is. John Peel was really responsible for the success of that single. He played it to death. Also from 77, I remember buying this and I'm surprised there's any grooves left. I used to play this a lot and play it very loud. My mum, if she was still around, would probably recognise this tune and hated it when I used to play it. Motorhead by Motorhead. Brilliant, on Chiswick Records. Wonderful debut. The only song ever to feature the word parallelogram. At number 6, the debut from the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop, which is wonderful. Does that start off their first album? Can't remember. At number 5, we're in the top 5 now, so what would be in the top 5? I've always loved this song. Came out in 77, which is one of my favourite years for music, without a doubt. I love this song. Great A-side, great B-side as well. But the A-side is Spanish Stroll by Mink DeVille. What a classic debut single. That's at number 5. That's brilliant. And this song is absolutely brilliant. I love playing this song. Always loved it. This is the original version from 75 rather than the re-recorded version from 77. And it's Jonathan Richman and Roadrunner. God, brilliant stuff. At number 3, I probably put this here because the album version of this, for me, is one of the greatest rock songs ever made. The single version is edited and so therefore not as good, but it's a brilliant rock song, brilliant hard rock song, and it's Look at Yourself by Uriah Heep. My favourite song by them, my favourite album by them, and an absolutely perfect hard rock song. Wonderful. So we're into the top 2. What's going to be in the top 2? You might be surprised about the order of these two, possibly, but at number 2, I've gone with the debut single from the Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. Sadly, not on A&M or EMI or whatever, just the French import version that I bought in 1977. But absolutely brilliant. There's a version of it on the Spunk bootleg called Nookie, which is, I think, better than the version that ended up on the album. But that's Sex Pistols, Anarchy in the UK. So what's my number 1? This might surprise a few people, but this is a song that I have played ever since I first heard it I bought it in about 1978, pretty much after it came out. No, it came out in 76. I bought it in around about 77, 78. This for me is a perfect rock song. A perfect rock song. It's a song that Nirvana used as a template for Smells Like Teen Spirit with its soft and loud parts. It's Boston more than a feeling. I absolutely love that. It is a perfect rock song. Great guitar, brilliant vocals, memorable tune. I never tire of hearing that particular song. There's my top 50 debut singles from the 1970s. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and hopefully this is the video where I've earned your subscription. Thanks very much, folks. I'll be back soon. Cheers.